My name is Sia Korba, and welcome to my channel where I talk about stuff that I like to talk about, like a working mom that started out as a recording artist and has gone on to operate businesses and make a name for herself outside of music. Let's get into it. American actress and businesswoman Kandi Burruss said on an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you watch the show, you know that Kandi has business ventures, from her lingerie line, Bedroom Kandi, her restaurant, Old Lady Gang Southern Cuisine, her independent label Kandi Koated Production House, and she is a Grammy Award-winning songwriter. The songs in her catalog include No Scrubs, performed by TLC, Bills, 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 and Bugaboo, performed by Destiny's Child. She is worldwide indeed. Kandi is in a position where she can leave the Real Housewives of Atlanta after 13 seasons comfortably, being that the show is not her only income. And in my opinion, this is how she got into the position where she is not relying on one way to get to the bag. If you've been following Kandi's career, you know that she started out in the R&B group Xscape. They had their first run from 1990 to 1998. When the group was going through drama, Kandi started writing songs for other recording artists to help create financial security. I went from feeling very secure in my finances to feeling very not secure. The push of going hard and writing these songs really came out of necessity to survive because of my group falling apart, not knowing what the future held. But having that success, having the 2 Grammys, becoming Songwriter of the Year, and all these other things, it really showed me that sometimes things happen in your life to force you to go and take the step that you were supposed to take anyway. Music careers aren't always guaranteed. You're fortunate if you make it past your debut album, and Kandi created another source of income in music through songwriting. As mentioned earlier, Kandi has created businesses over the years that have become her sources of income. Her home party lifestyle company, restaurant, independent label, and her ventures into television, like starring on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and The Chi. She's also ventured into theater, most recently working on the acclaimed 2022 revival of the Broadway show The Piano Lesson with her husband Todd Tucker, and are currently producing the Broadway revival of the 1975 musical The Wiz. Kandi got into the position that she is in now as a working mom that doesn't need to rely on music to support her family by establishing other sources of income and entertainment. She doesn't feel the pressure to provide because she ventured into avenues that are in the industry that she's familiar with. When Kandi felt a lack of financial security when Xscape was experiencing drama, she created another source of income for herself through songwriting, and then she created more income by venturing into television, Broadway, food, and her ventures tend to be in the entertainment industry, an industry that she's familiar with, and she's also still touring and releasing music. If you're working in an industry that you enjoy, keep in mind that the industry that you work in is broad, and there are different avenues in that industry that you can venture into. It's just a matter of choosing ventures that you know you can do. Nowadays, it's wise to have more than one source of income because it helps create stability, but at the same time, you don't want to stretch yourself thin. Kandi is all about her business, and she's always attaining profitable opportunities. But I also remember that there were episodes of The Real Housewives of Atlanta where her daughter and her husband expressed concern about her always working. Balancing motherhood and work is a challenge that working moms deal with, and sometimes we voluntarily and involuntarily spend more time working than with our families. Put in the work towards getting to where you want to be that will also be beneficial to your family. At the same time, Create what you can sustain. Time not spent with family is time that can never be reclaimed. I wouldn't mind a like. If you enjoyed watching this video, check out other videos from my channel as well, like the ones you're about to see in the end screen. Thank you for watching and have a great day.